You have dreamed of this day. No more sleazy dealer, no more markups, no more hours in a back office. Toyota and BYD, two of the biggest car makers on earth, are moving to cut the dealer out and sell you a car at one fixed price. Sounds like a dream, right? Here's what nobody tells you. The moment there is one fixed price you cannot argue with, you lose the only weapon you ever had, and the money you used to claw back does not land in your pocket. It lands in theirs. So who wins when the dealer disappears? And why should that scare every buyer in America? Make sure you subscribe, because I started this channel for one reason: to share what dealerships and car makers don't want you to hear. With your support, I can keep making these videos. Now let's get into it. Let me tell you exactly what is happening, because the headline makes it sound like a revolution for the little guy, and it is anything but. BYD, the Chinese giant that has exploded into the biggest electric car maker on earth, does not sell the way you are used to. In the markets where it operates, it uses what is called an agency model. That means you do not haggle with a dealer. You buy the car directly from the company at one fixed price the company sets. Take it or leave it. There is no back and forth, no playing one store against another, no negotiating. The price on the screen is the price, everywhere, for everyone. And Toyota, the biggest automaker in the world, is signaling major changes to how it prices and sells its cars, watching this shift closely as the entire industry inches toward the same idea: cutting the dealer out of the middle and letting the manufacturer control the sale from top to bottom. On the surface, that sounds like they are finally doing you a favor. Underneath, it is one of the biggest power grabs the car business has ever attempted. Now, I want to be fair, because there is a real reason people are cheering this. The traditional dealership earned every bit of the hatred aimed at it. Walk onto a Toyota lot right now for a hot model, and you will still find dealers tacking on market adjustments. Pure profit stacked on top of the sticker price. $3,000, $5,000, $7,000 or more, just because they can. Add to that the hours of pressure, the mysterious fees, the back office trying to sell you products you did not want. And yes, of course, people are ready to burn the whole thing down. When a car shopper in the Nashville area gets told the truck he wants comes with a $7,000 market adjustment on top of a price that was already high, and then hears that BYD will just sell you a car at one honest fixed number, it sounds like heaven. I get it. The dealers brought this on themselves. For years, they treated a seller's market like a license to squeeze, adding thousands in pure markup on anything people wanted, burying junk fees in the paperwork, and dragging a simple purchase into a 4-hour ordeal designed to grind you down until you sign just to escape. So when a company steps up and says the price is the price, no games, no markup, no pressure, of course that lands like a rescue. People have been waiting a long time for someone to take the dealer's thumb off the scale. But here's where you have to slow down and think, because the cure they are offering you is worse than the disease, and the reason it is worse is hidden in the one word they keep repeating like it is a gift: fixed. Here is the catch, and it is the whole game. That one fixed price you cannot argue with cuts both ways. Yes, it means the dealer cannot gouge you above it, but it also means you can never, ever get below it. Think about what a fixed, non-negotiable price actually removes from your life. It removes your ability to negotiate. It removes your ability to walk out and go get a better number down the road. It removes the discount, the deal, the win. Every good price you have ever gotten on a car came from leverage, from the fact that you could say no and take your money somewhere else, and the dealer knew it. The whole reason a dealer ever comes down on price is that he is afraid you will leave and buy from someone else. Take that fear away, set one price the manufacturer controls, and you have handed away the only weapon you ever carried into that building. You cannot haggle with a fixed price. You cannot walk away from a company that is the only place selling the car. You just pay what they decided and smile. Picture it in real life. You walk in, you find the car you want, and you do what smart buyers have always done. You ask for a better price, and the person just looks at you and says there is nothing to discuss, the price is set, that is what it costs everywhere. So you do the other smart thing. You threaten to go somewhere else, and they smile, because they know there is no somewhere else. The company sets the same fixed price at every point of sale in the country. Your two greatest tools, asking for a discount and walking out, both just died in the same sentence. And notice something. A fixed price only ever seems to get fixed in one direction. When demand is high, the number goes up and stays up, and you have no leverage to fight it. When demand is soft, the company holds the line rather than let you negotiate, because the whole point of the system is that they, not you, decide what a car is worth. You are not a negotiator in that room anymore. You are just a person reading a number off a screen and reaching for your wallet. And here is the part they really do not want you to think about. When the dealer used to come down $5,000 to close a deal, where did that $5,000 go? It went to you. It stayed in your pocket. That discount was real money moving from the seller to the buyer because competition forced it out of them. Now follow the money in the new world. When there is no negotiation and no discount, that $5,000 does not vanish. It simply never leaves the manufacturer in the first place. The margin that dealers used to give up to win your business now stays locked inside the company, on every single car, forever. So when they tell you the new way is cleaner and simpler, and there are no games, what they are really telling you is that the days of you ever getting a deal are over. And the money that used to flow to buyers now flows straight up to headquarters. A fixed price is not fair. It is just fixed, in their favor, and paid for out of the discount you will never see again. And do not fall for the idea that cutting out the dealer will make cars cheaper for you. That is the sales pitch, and it is backwards. When the manufacturer removes the dealer, it does not pass the dealer's cut down to you. It keeps it. Every car maker that has moved to this direct, no-haggle model has discovered the same wonderful thing, that a price nobody can negotiate is a price that quietly stays higher on every single unit, month after month, with none of that annoying discounting eating into the profit. That is not a theory. It is the entire financial reason they want to do this. The dealer was the leak in the pipe through which some of their money escaped back to buyers in the form of deals. They are not fixing the pipe for your benefit. They are sealing the leak, and the water that used to reach you now stays with them. But it goes deeper than one lost discount because of what dies along with the dealer. And this is the part that should genuinely worry you, even if you have hated every dealership you ever walked into. Right now, in your town, there are probably several dealers selling the same brand, and they compete against each other. That competition is annoying to shop, but it is also the invisible force that has kept car prices in check for 100 years. When two Toyota stores across town both want your sale, they undercut each other, and you win. The moment the manufacturer sets one fixed national price and cuts those stores out, that competition is gone. Every store, if any survive at all, shows the exact same number. There is no shopping around because there is nothing to shop. You are no longer choosing between competing sellers. You are facing a single giant that has quietly become the only game in town, and a monopoly on price has never once in history worked out in favor of the customer. And this is the part the shiny announcement is designed to hide. All those years you spent hating the fact that you had to shop 3 dealers to get a fair price. That annoying chore was actually the machine that protected you. Every time one dealer knew you could drive 20 minutes to his rival, he had to sharpen his pencil. That rivalry, messy and irritating as it was, is the reason a new car did not simply cost whatever the manufacturer wished it cost. It put a ceiling on greed. Now the manufacturers have looked at that ceiling and decided they would rather not have one. By taking the sale away from the dealers and setting the price themselves, they are not removing a hassle from your life. They are removing the one thing standing between their ambitions and your bank account. A car shopper in the Nashville area who used to save real money by making 2 Toyota stores fight over him will, in that new world, get the exact same number at both because there is no fight left to have. Now think about what else you lose when the local dealer disappears, because it is not just the haggling. That local dealership, for all its sins, is a real place with real people. It is the service department that fixes your car under warranty. It is the loaner when yours is in the shop. It is jobs, hundreds of them in some towns, the salespeople and the mechanics and the parts staff and the front desk. It is often the family business that sponsors the Little League team and keeps the lights on in a small community. When the manufacturer cuts the dealer out to control the sale, a lot of that goes with it. A longtime employee at a dealership outside of suburban Denver has watched this shift coming with real fear, because he knows that when the car maker takes over the sale, the local store that trained him and employed him for 20 years becomes an expense the company would rather delete. The dealer was a middleman, yes, but that middleman also lived in your town, answered to you, and had to keep you happy to survive. The manufacturer answers to shareholders on another continent. And there's one more thing that quietly changes hands in this new arrangement, and it is not just the money, it is the data. When you buy directly from the manufacturer, that company now owns the entire relationship with you, start to finish. Every detail of your purchase, your financing, your driving, your habits, flows straight to the maker with no local dealer standing in between. We have already seen how car makers behave when they get their hands on your data, quietly collecting it and even selling it. Cut out the dealer, and you hand the manufacturer a direct, unbroken line into your driveway and your wallet, with one less set of eyes in the middle. They are not just taking over the sale, they are taking over you as a customer permanently in a way the old fragmented dealer system never allowed. And once they own that whole relationship, the next step writes itself because it is already happening on the cars they build today. Features locked behind monthly subscriptions, software that decides what your car is allowed to do, Prices for options and upgrades set from headquarters with no local competition to undercut them. When the manufacturer controls the sale, the service, the software, and the data, all at once, you are not a customer who owns a car anymore. You are an account they manage, build on their schedule, on their terms, for as long as you keep the vehicle. The dealer, for all his faults, was a firewall between you and that total control. Knock the firewall down, and there is nothing left between the giant and your wallet but a fixed price and a signature line. So here's the real story, sitting underneath this whole shiny announcement, the thing they are counting on you never piecing together. The car companies figured out something clever and a little bit dark. They noticed that everybody hates the dealer. They watched people fume about markups and pressure in games for years, and they realized that hatred was a tool they could use. So now they are walking up to you, pointing at the dealer you already despise, and saying, "Look, we will get rid of that guy for you." And you are so relieved to see the middleman go that you do not notice what they are actually doing, which is taking the middleman's power and keeping it for themselves. The dealer was a pain. Nobody is defending the market adjustments. But that dealer was also competition, a second party with his own interest in making a sale, someone you could pit against the next dealer to drive the price down. Remove him, and it is not you and the dealer against the manufacturer anymore. It is just you, alone, standing across the table from a giant that now sets one price, controls the only supply, and has no reason on earth to ever come down. They used your hatred of the middleman to talk you into handing them a monopoly. That is the trick. That is the whole trick. And think about who this hits the hardest, because it is not the wealthy buyer who never haggled anyway. It is the regular person who needed that leverage most. It is the working family that stretched their budget and counted on being able to negotiate a few $1,000s off to make the payment work. It is the retiree on a fixed income who used to shop 3 dealers against each other to save real money he could not afford to lose. It is the sharp, careful buyer who took pride in walking in prepared and walking out with a deal. The one person the old system actually rewarded for doing his homework. In a fixed price world, all of that skill, all of that preparation, all of that willingness to walk away is worth exactly nothing. The homework you used to do to protect yourself becomes pointless because there is no give left in the number. The people who worked hardest to be smart buyers are the ones this quietly robs of their only advantage. Think about how upside down that is. For 100 years, the reward for doing your homework, getting quotes, being willing to walk, was a better price than the person who just wandered in and paid sticker. Effort was rewarded. In a fixed price world, the careful buyer and the careless one pay the exact same number, because there is no number to beat. The single most powerful consumer skill in the car business, the ability to negotiate, is being quietly deleted, and the people who will miss it most never even got the chance to fight for it. So what do you actually do about all of this as this shift keeps rolling toward your driveway? A few things, and they matter more than ever. First, understand that no haggle and no deal are the same thing wearing different clothes, so do not cheer the death of negotiation, because negotiation was working for you, not against you. Second, while the traditional system still exists, use it hard, shop multiple dealers against each other, get everything in writing, and make them fight for your business, because that leverage is a use it or lose it right that is genuinely disappearing. Third, be very skeptical of any car maker selling you a fixed price as if it is a gift, and ask the only question that matters, which is who keeps the money that used to be my discount. And fourth, remember that competition, even messy, annoying dealer competition, is the thing that has protected your wallet your whole life, and anything that reduces it, no matter how clean and modern it looks, is something to watch very carefully. You are not being negative by questioning this. You are refusing to celebrate the loss of your own power just because they wrapped it in a nicer showroom. This shift is not slowing down, it is speeding up, and more of the biggest car makers on earth are going to move toward controlling the sale and the price directly. Subscribe, and I will keep showing you exactly what these changes really mean for your wallet, and how to protect it while you still can, before the day comes when there is nobody left to negotiate with at all.